So with the time changing, it being dark at 5 o'clock, and you want to go play disc golf but don't know how to do it, well, Poor Boy's got your back. Stay tuned. So welcome to another episode of Poor Boy Disc Golf, and today we're going to be going over glow disc golf. You know, a lot of people will be like, oh, what's glow disc golf, you know? And it's basically disc golf that glows in the dark. With the time change like it is, you know, it's 10 minutes after 5 here, if you can see that, and it's already getting dark. You know, if I was to go out to the course, I might get, you know, 5, 6 holes, maybe, and even then it's gonna be pitch black. I'm gonna lose my disc, won't even be able to hit nothing. So, you know, with the time that it is in the winter, it's time for disc golfers to start working on their form, you know, go out and practice, because there's not that many competitions. So it's kind of a time to start going out, and there's less people at the parks too. If you play in a public park like I do, there's less people nowadays. Well, during this time of the year. So, you know, glow disc golf is kind of a thing that it's emerging now. A lot of people love it. You know, some people still hate it, but most people like it. You know, I'm kind of new to it. I picked up only one disc at a thrift store that is total glow disc. So I'm going to show you how to the regular plastic that you can get online straight from the factory that's glow, and I'm going to teach you a little bit cheaper way to do it, and I'm going to teach you the dirt cheap way, you know, the poor boy way. So we'll get right to it. So up first, some things that you're going to need. You're going to need a UV flashlight. You know, I ain't going to point it directly at the camera, but as you can see, it's kind of bluish purple. You know, this is just like a black light, basically. And the reason you need that is because this plastic that you use is glow in the dark, so it needs UV light to make it shine. And as you can see, you can see it glowing pretty good. You know, you got to charge the plastic is what they consider it. Now, Innova has their glow in the dark. Dynamic Disc calls theirs moonshine, and a few other companies do it. You know, about all your major companies will. Some of your smaller brands will, but you know, another thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a light, just a little cheap lantern or those little touch lights that you can buy at the Dollar Tree for $1. You need one of those to stick in your basket. That way you can actually have something to look at and hit. But we're going to go over the each plastic and show you the good, the bad, and the ugly kind of stuff. So first up, we got our regular plastic. Comes straight from the factory. I got a mini here. You know, it's glow in the dark. As you can see, it reflects the light pretty good. It does charge pretty well, and it glows pretty well. You know, you can see where my finger was. It's a little duller. You know, this is what you find at your disc store, or you ordered online. Now here's another one. This is Innova 2. It's a little bit older plastic. You know, this is one I picked up at a thrift store. I do have a couple others, but this is the one I do glow disc with. You know, as you can see, it glows pretty good. You know, it's kind of reflective. You can see kind of glare a little bit. You know, it does charge fairly well, and you can find these whenever it gets dark. Now, the next thing to do would be to show you some of the ones I've done. You know, these are I've used, you know, stuff I found at Walmart. You know, works just as good, so I'm going to show you what I found. Now, a little bit more on the expensive side. I can't really remember. I think it was like $10, $12 for the can, and that is this glow-in-the-dark spray paint. You can see it there. I had to get the 2X and make sure it was shine enough at night. Now, I put this on a putter, put it on a black one. Now, that way you can see, kind of. You know, you can see it does a fairly good job. It does hold the glow a little bit longer than all the other ones. You know, I kind of think that's a little weird, but yeah. But that's on a black disc. Now, here's an old white one that I found, and you can see, you know, it reflects pretty good. Not as good as the other, but it does. You know, but for some reason, it holds. But there is a drawback to this. It does leave a, I don't know if you could hear it, it leaves a kind of a rougher spot for your thumb and inside of your hand if you get over the lip. You know, it does give that little bit of a texture. So if you don't want to have the texture, you might not do it. Now, of course, you know me, being a poor boy, I gotta find the cheapest way to do things. And this is probably the cheapest I could go. This is the glow-in-the-dark acrylic paint. Now this stuff was like $4, $4 or $5 for a little bitty one. I got a yellow, neon yellow, and also got an orange. Whoops. Got an orange, you know, to use later on if it holds up. These I haven't thrown yet or anything, but this is what they look like. I stuck it on an old Escape, and I put a little design on it, hand did it. And as you can see, it reflects the most light back if you're just shining a flashlight on it. Now, as you can see, it doesn't hold its charge very long. And when you charge the paint, it doesn't last very long. I even did a poor boy on the back just in case it flipped over and I couldn't find it. And did it on it's a cheap old Frisbee putter. It's one of the knockoff brands. But as you can see, it reflects really, really good. But it doesn't hold its charge very long, unless you really hold it on there. Now, of course, I did poor boy on the back of this one too. So out of all of these, it's kind of a thing. The regular plastic's good. The spray paint's got the texture, but it holds light better, but it doesn't reflect it as good. And the cheap stuff's really reflective and really works. So let me just show you how they look if you're walking up on them. So it's really not that dark, but it's dark. It's getting dark enough. As you can see, here's the two discs. If you shine your light, it kind of reflects back a little bit, but not very much. You can still see them and everything. Now, as you can see, this is the spray ones. They don't reflect back. Well, that one does because it's white, but they don't reflect back enough. But you can see them in the dark. They glow really well. Now the acrylics, they don't hold their charge very well, but as you can see, they reflect the most light back, especially the white one. It reflects really well, and you can see them both. If you threw them and you're out here with your light looking, you'd be able to find them really quick. So hopefully, this will help disc golfers. If you want to go out at night and play, or it's getting kind of dusk and you don't want to lose your disc, I recommend, if you're just having fun, it's just practice, pick you up some acrylic paint, do a couple of lines maybe in the middle of it, that way you can find it, with your flashlight, or just go out and spend a little bit more money to get the glow-in-the-dark plastic. But, glow discs are fun as all get out to play. It's best played in a kind of an open course, because if you get too heavy wooded, it's kind of a gamble either way. But it is a fun thing. I recommend every disc golfer go play a glow round, at least once a year. So this is Poor Boy reminding you, play the sport and grow the sport that is disc golf. Thanks for watching.